is that it's due on the 2nd, but you paid on the 5th, or it's due on the 2nd, but you didn't pay the 30 days or after?
Late, I'm talking about the 30 days because
Oh,
stuff
okay.
happened. If
Okay.
you was due on the 2nd, right? That's
Yeah.
your due date. Your statement date probably is not even until 7 days or 6 days later. That's the date they're reporting whatever your balance is. So I made a spreadsheet with all of my cards and I have their statement date. But you were never late, meaning 30 days late. So that's not being reported to your credit agency and it's not going to affect you.
Nice. And there's definitely, and the whole thing is you want to use your business credit more than your personal credit. Because your business credit, they are looking at your personal credit to determine whether or not you'll be approved, but they don't report when you use your business credit to your personal. It doesn't impact your debt to income ratio.
Now, there's two cards that I know for sure that we can apply for a business credit card. However, they do report to your personal, and that's Capital One and Discover. So those are the two that I'm not saying don't get it, but I don't make that my first ones to get. And that's because them, reporting to your personal. And that's what my goal is, to the point where I'm not using my personal anymore. It's everything business, right? So it got to the point where one of my homes here in Georgia that was on my personal credit, I sold it to my business, right? And when I sold it to my business, it's no longer reporting on my personal credit. And at the closing table, they gave me 75,000 back. So,
Beautiful.
and then I turned around and did the same thing with my vehicle. I went to my credit union and they told me, oh, okay, we could finance it. So I had my car reporting on my personal, but then I went to Bank of America and sold it to my business. So now that's not reporting, right? So that's the goal. We got to start moving away from the personal and doing everything on the business side and only using that personal to let these banks and whomever just peek at it to see our credit worthiness.
When you sold your car from your
Mhm.
personal to your business,
Refinance the car one.
you refinanced the car.
I refinanced it to my business name and got a better interest rate, and they reporting it as zero now, as if I paid it off in 4 months.
Yeah, I
Yes.
got to talk to you about that because I was looking at putting one of my vehicles, actually my vehicle in Michigan, I was looking at putting that into the business name, but the
Mm-hmm.
interest rate was it was significantly higher.
Nope. No. Well, look, you need to call me. I think my interest rate for that vehicle, I think it was a three,
What?
three or for the most. I'm just saying.
Girl, when you get that?
A Bank of America. I'm telling you, I listen, it can be done. That's why I'm saying to them, credit is it. And I think at that point I was only a 720, 740.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
really, really good. Yeah, because I'm about to get this new G Wagon and the interest rate on it, they're telling me now is like 7.
I brought mines, I think, 3 years ago. So I don't
Oh,
know if that made a big deal,
yeah.
but it's people are still doing it though.
People are
But
still
just
doing it.
think about it. You wouldn't have to have that on your personal,
Yeah.
right? Let's
Yeah.
just say if the interest rate was to drop again, you turn around and refinance it down to the 3% or the
Yeah.
4%. Yeah.
Absolutely. So,
Yes.
so the goal is to be able to continue to use that business credit card, Kima, that business open line of credit to do your down payment and your closing costs on your single families that you're buying, your duplexes that you're buying. We already have lenders that are ready to give you 80%, but we are able to do 100% finance by using like Kima was saying, the business credit cards and or the business open lines of credit. And that's how, and then you go from house to house to house to house. And then of course, you guys know we have amazing grant opportunities too for a lot of these single families. If you have a non-occupied home that you already own, or occupied home, non-occupied, $100,000 per home, and non-occupied, we get $40,000 per home. So between the grants and the business credit, you can really expand your real estate portfolio really, really fast. Any last points on the credit? And those of you that want to get more information, I'm going to host a Zoom right after this. Oh, let me tell you two things. First of all, March 29th in Detroit at 10 a.m., I'm going to be at Chase Bank, Corktown. Okay, at 10 a.m. Some amazing people will be there. You definitely want to be there. And then right after this as well, I'm going to be hosting a mentorship call for those of you who say, hey, I'm ready to connect with Akima. I'm ready to connect and get in the real estate mentorship program. I want to hear the details. I'm ready to go.